Wow, that wind is ripping today, guys. Might make it a little hard to fish, but I'm hoping it also means the bite will be good. Probably good weather to throw a spinnerbait. Oh, the usual spot, the refuge center. I don't like filming in the same place over and over again, but the thing is this is only got a little bit of time till it gets dark. I got to get home, so I'm going fishing here. And of course, if I'm going fishing, I'm going to bring you guys along with me, because you never know what'll happen. Oh, jeez. I'm tired. It is blustery out. I think I'm going to start with my jig. See if I can't get bit on a jig. After that, we're going to try the Mike Buka bull shad. And then we'll go to the Texas rig Senko. And then the Ned rig. And just work our way down. And if that doesn't work, well, I don't know. This is my second time out here in a couple of days. Didn't catch anything the other day, but it was still nice to be out here. Whew. Let's see. Try not to break my ankle here. Gonna crank those brakes up a little bit because it is blustery. And that water is chocolate milk. This green pumpkin might not be the sauce. I don't know. I might actually just go ahead and throw that spinnerbait on, just because of how murky this water is. We'll give it a few casts. I love catching fish on my one cast jig whenever I can. Right now, my jig of choice, I'll show you guys here in a second. It's a 3/8 ounce, which is pretty small for a football headed jig. I trimmed that skirt down. I used the 3 1/4 inch Adrenaline Bug by X Zone as the trailer, and it's an awesome little finesse jig. I love it. Oh, speaking of, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. You know what? Apparently, this little guy thinks it's a good jig too. Look at that. Oh yeah. Gotta get a picture of that for the social media. Well, that was a good start. Awesome. All right, buddy. Get out of here. First, second cast, I think. I love it. But yeah, let's get you a good look at this little jig. Now, this is my go-to. This is the Adrenaline Bug right here. 3.25 inch in this one cast 3/8 ounce jig. This is the classic craw. I trimmed down that wire guard, or that hook guard. I trimmed down the skirt, and that is a perfect finesse jig presentation. I love it. Let's see if we can't replicate those results, huh? Oh, hey, I just saw a topwater bite. That's crazy. That can't have been a bass. Huh. Now this water is pretty cold. I expect these fish to still be, oh, that was a bite, be stacked up still. Let's go ahead and just pitch that right back there. I expect these fish to still be stacked up. And I expect them to be close to the rock because it is still cold. Here's a pro tip, guys. When your water is murky like this, especially in the cold, when you know they're already gravitating to anything that retains heat, your instinct is going to be, as soon as that jig gets back, just burn it back on in. But don't. You want to work that jig literally to your feet, because you never know what's sitting right there. My biggest bass here, my 3-pound 10-ounce bass I caught at the very end of last season, came like right there. That's the Tim Hahn fishing tip of the day. That and go out and buy yourself a bunch of one cast jigs and X-Zone plastics. And I wouldn't say it if I didn't believe it. That's not a fish, that's grass. Also, when it's cold like this, Deline was making fun of me because I was setting a hook on everything. Because when it's cold like this, that bite, it's mushy. You might not always feel it. So hook sets are free. You might look like an idiot, but when you set the hook into that 5-pounder who just barely picked it up, you'll be glad you look like an idiot. Now I really want to throw that bull shad around because I feel like I just might get bit. We'll have to see. We are going to leave the red lipless in the box unless things get really hairy, because I caught my two of my three biggest fish in the last couple of months on a red lipless. I'm definitely a believer in red lipless, that's for sure. We'll take one more cast with this X-Zone jig, or this one cast jig, the X-Zone Adrenaline Bug. Turn these brakes down just a bit. I gotta be careful right there because there's some structure there and it'll feel like a bite, but what I end up doing is setting the hook into a limb, which isn't always a good idea. Can't recommend that. Not that it matters, but I'm throwing this on a Dobbins Champion XP, medium heavy fast, and a Daiwa Tatula 100 with 15-pound Seagar and VizX. Now you don't need to go out and buy a $250 rod. I sure didn't. I actually kind of regret this purchase because I just don't need such an expensive rod. But when I'm throwing like a 3/8 or lighter lure, this Champion XP is like right in the moderate fast range, even though it says fast. It's pretty parabolic. So an excellent budget rod to pair with, you know, light jigs to me is the Abu Garcia Veritas. I can get them for about $100 at Dunn's. They're about 120 on Tackle Warehouse. But they're an excellent bend. I think I said that in a ton of videos last year, but definitely for a lighter jig, and it also works very well for any moving bait with a single hook, like your chatterbaits and your spinner baits. Definitely want to get yourself a nice fast tip rod for your jigs, for sure. Oh, that was, I don't know what that was. Like I said, oh, that's a fish though. Remember what I just said, guys, about working it right up to your feet? That's exactly what I meant. One cat, oh my gosh, dude. Oh, you look like a beast. Look at that eye, guys. Ding, my dude. Let's get a picture of that. Now that's pretty interesting. All right, well, I could probably keep throwing this jig and catch a bunch more fish, but I want to throw that bull shad around for a little bit, see if I can't course out a 3-pounder or something. You know, I actually reached out to One Cast and said, I want to fish for you, because I like their jigs that much. So I'm going to go ahead and leave a link down in the description below. My viewers can get 10% off if they decide they want to try some of these jigs. All you have to do is use the code THFF10, which is Tim Hahn Fishing Family 10, at checkout. Get 10% off your order, and let them know that I sent you. He's a great guy, a veteran. And he let me fish for him, so that's saying something. All right, I'm not gonna waste too much time with this bait. We're gonna go ahead and hang her up. Alrighty, we're running out of daylight. We got some left, but we're cutting it close. Oh, that's all right though. I'm still having fun. I hope you guys are having fun too. If you enjoy this, go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe. You know, typical algorithm stuff. All right, so we've got the 6-inch center stick by X-Zone. And what I like about it is it's a chunky boy. So as you know, we fish stick baits when the bite is tough, when a finesse bait is required. But one of the things the Senko is known for is it'll catch all size fish. So my logic is that if I try to use a bigger profile stick bait, we still get the pros of a finesse bait, but we kind of weed out maybe some of the smallest fish, you know, just a more selective bite. But I have not put that into practice yet. That was just the theory I had when I ordered the 6-inch center stick. I should really be fishing this on a 4-aught hook. I have a 3-aught tied on right now. And this is that medium heavy fast Veritas I was telling you about. I love these rods. These are great rods for the money. Wow, that truck is loud. I've got that paired with a 1/4 ounce tungsten, and the reason is I want to fish it almost weightless, but not quite. I want to get it to the bottom. I want it to flutter down just a little bit faster, especially in this wind. It helps me cast it a little bit better. But my go-to method, especially in slick, calm days, is weightless. Just a 4-aught hook and a center stick, or a 3-aught hook and a Senko. And just pitch that bad boy into cover, or even just hop it, let it sink, hop it, let it sink. Not really a wrong way to fish a stick bait. There we go. I look up at the geese and I feel that tap, tap, tap. Ooh. Oh no. Oh, she came off. She felt heavy too. I definitely should have this 4-aught hook on here. Oh my gosh, that is frustrating. Oh, I'm so mad right now. That is my bad. Oh, she was at least 3. She had some girth to her. Frickin' frack, man. Frickin' frack. That center stick did it though. Second cast. But that, you know, that kind of gives a little bit of validity to my theory, is that the center stick, the 6-inch, I bet you a Senko would have been bit by now because it's a smaller profile bait. However, I'm not looking for tiny fish. I'm trying to catch myself some big girls. Preferably get them on the shore though. That would be preferable.